My name is David Collins. I'm a professor of physics at Florida State University. I study magnetic fields in outer space mostly.
My name is Dr. Karen Works, and I teach for the online computer science program.
My name is Mark Jouett. I was a former program chair for the BSIT program, which stands for the Bachelor of Science in Information Technology program. I teach a number of the technology courses.
I'm the great and powerful Lucas von Holland, and my undergraduate is in theater, and my background is in game design and emerging technologies. So now I teach at the university, and I got a master's in information technology doing only knows what. I didn't. The door was open and I wandered in and I haven't been able to figure out my way out yet. Like I said, I'm a theater major. I have no business doing any of this, but it's just honestly that easy.
What really, I guess, piqued my interest was when I was doing music and I composed electronic music. I also worked with Apple as far as some of the software they had. So that's really what got me into STEM.
Computers have just been getting faster and faster and bigger and bigger. Because the last year has seen a big wave in AI changes. That's something important. Make sure that you have a familiarity with what AI means for whatever you want to be doing.
The reason that I love computer science is everything's always changing. Every time they come up with new technology, we always think of new and interesting problems and ways to apply it. We're always going to be coming up with new jobs, new ways to apply things.
Technology has evolved like the wheel has evolved. I think we can all agree that AI, artificial intelligence, is going to play a big role in STEM.
Make sure that you're putting in the time to practice the math. Academic hurdles could be that you're not super strong in math, and that's fixable. It just takes a little bit of time and patience. But it's not closed off to anybody. Like, everybody can learn anything they want. It just sometimes might take some time.
Problem solving is just hard. Programming, it's more like a logical language. You don't necessarily know, I'm going to start here, I'm going to end here, and it can be challenging, but we all have to persevere through. Take a little bit each time.
I promise you that half of the crap that you find in STEM is going to be significantly easier than what you're going to punish yourself with in the humanities or otherwise.
Don't feel that you need to be pushed into a particular area. You have to do something first because of the passion. Take some technology courses. Find out what you have a passion for. Join some computer groups. Join some online forums. But most importantly, the most important aspect is that you never, ever, ever give up. Constantly follow your passion. Passion plus preparation equals success.
Core skills, programming is easy to get. Everybody can learn how to program, but that is something that you certainly need to do. Problem solving skills is really the important things, and stick to it skills. The kind of core things are you able to stick with a problem until you have an answer?
So clearly perseverance. I want you to code every day and reflect and think about, is there a more efficient way I could have done that? Could I write it so that it could be reused more often? If you do that, if you take that approach, incrementally build, work on your skills bit by bit, you'll just keep getting stronger.
The ability to get punched in the face as hard as possible and still stand up as though it never happened. The entirety of the history of science is people getting it wrong, sometimes catastrophically, and then continuing on doing whatever it was anyway. The real summary of science, engineering, technology, math is, wow, that didn't work. Okay, what's next? So if you can get back up again after getting your theories, work, or occasionally body completely obliterated, then STEM might be for you.
Skills come and go. So the skills, say 20 years ago, may not even be relevant anymore. But qualities never change. So my recommendation is that you have a passion for something and you pursue that and work very hard at it.
So I wasn't a part of it, but it was fun to watch happen. One of the most exciting things that have happened was gravitational wave 170802 in 2017, they saw this gravitational wave, and so they were able to localize where this ultra-violent process was happening, and every telescope on the planet for a week were all pointed at this one spot in the sky.
My most vivid memory is possibly bubbling copper an inch away from my face on accident because I didn't understand how voltages work. But that's also why I'm still here, is because the lab coat is fun to keep the, dirt off your clothes, but it's also fireproof. That's the real benefit.
There are way too many. It's impossible. Not my work, per se. It's the work of my students. Hearing back from former students and what they've done, seeing how they matured and what they're doing, those are my memorable experiences.
I recommend everybody learns how to play an instrument, which is not what you asked me. But learning how to play an instrument gets you abstract thought. You learn the ability to grind, the ability to stick to something.
So there's a number of coding groups, Girls Who Code, number of different groups like that. There's also some really great robotics challenges. Those are excellent.
The key theme that employers and recruiters would like to see out of students is that they've done something other than the course requirements. For instance, develop a web application or a game or a self-interest project.
Well, okay, so I think the biggest myth is it's too hard and I can't do it. It's hard, but that shouldn't scare anybody off. It's not impossible. And I would say that also playing tennis is hard and getting good at running is hard. So it's hard like a lot of the things that you might want to do that are valuable.
Whenever somebody starts out, everything seems like so daunting because everything seems so new. If you do a little bit each day, you realize that this huge problem can be broken down into smaller chunks. And if you just deal with a little chunk at a time, you'll persevere through.
It's STEM employment positions pay a lot. They can pay a lot, but only if an individual puts forth the required effort.
Make sure you take calculus in high school, especially if you're interested in physics and engineering. That's the language that you use to do STEM. And then the other one is stay curious.
Definitely go into it. It's the best field ever. Most interesting problems. It's just a great field to be in.
You're in high school, you're young, and you have no idea what you want to do with the rest of your life, and that's perfectly acceptable. Your goal right now is to get into college and then figure it out from there. If STEM is what floats your boat, you'll find that on your own time. If not, maybe you change your mind later, and that's also perfectly fine.
Do what you love. Make sure what you love puts food on the table. I found a profession that compels me to continuously learn, and I enjoy doing so. If you're curious, if you enjoy learning, and if you have a passion about technology, you will be successful, guaranteed.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for the final video in this series where we interview university students pursuing degrees in STEM in order to get an idea of what it's really like to study STEM in college. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to complete the survey at the end of the video.